Hey, IOStax here. Today we have another VoD review by one of my patrons called Nibelung, I'm not exactly sure. He is a gold tier support main, and in this game he played some Zenyatta and a little bit of Symmetra on Numbani. Looking at the team comp here, Sombra is an odd pick, but then again it's a random. Other than that, the team comp is decent. Anna would probably be better than Mercy, but I guess he picked her for a reason. Isaiah Reinhardt is good too, especially in combination with the Pharah. Right here, not all of your teammates are with you. It was good that you tried to push in quickly, but you should have put your shield up earlier. Giving the enemies 400 HP off ult that early is going to screw you over if this first push doesn't work. In this kill cam you can see that Xiu and Zarya were alone up there, so you were trying to push a 2v6, which is not a good idea. Over the past minute or so you have been pushing the payload with your shield up. In theory that's good, but you aren't really supporting your team. You should tell them to jump on the payload with you so that they take advantage from your shield and so that the payload pushes faster. You're pre-made with 3 other people, so you could definitely communicate with them. That ult right here was completely unnecessary. You knew that your entire team was dead. What was that ult for? You were trying to fight a 1v6, which is pointless. So now your entire team needs to wait until you get your ult back up and respawn because you didn't disengage earlier. When the fight is over, then it's over. Right here there are people behind you who are still fighting. First you should make sure to kill everyone and then you push the payload. They are getting free ult charge back there and you're missing out. As soon as you got the kill on that Lucio, you should have put your shield up. You were at less than 150 HP, so you were taking unnecessary damage. I think you wanted to get your ultimate, but you didn't have to die there and risk a push. You could have finished earlier if you didn't die. This team comp is really bad. You guys are running a single support, and you take the one that is least able to solo heal. Ana would be fine. Mercy, even though that really stretches it, is also fine. But Zenyatta can't heal this team comp at all. This setup for Symmetra is bad. You want to place your turrets in front of their spawn so you can get some ult charge. With this setup, you will get 0 ult charge from the get-go. The position you are in right now is useless. At the start of your game, you want to shoot fully charged right clicks right at their spawn so you can get some ult charge. Symmetra is all about getting your ultimate as soon as possible. By this time, you could have 60% ult charge already. Why are you chasing Tracer here? A Tracer is trying to distract you and you're totally falling for it. You should stay with your team instead of chasing Tracer around. You had your teleporter for like 20 seconds. The sole purpose of Symmetra is to get your ultimate up. And once you get it, you don't place it. And then you end up dying without placing it at all. This may sound harsh, but you are the main reason why your team lost that point. The point is already lost. You are just feeding the ult charge right here. And since you already have your ultimate, you're getting absolutely nothing. Also, one thing I noticed in this VoD was that you use in-game voice comms using your native language. Even though you have 2 randoms, so they aren't understanding anything. You should use something like Discord or TeamSpeak to speak with your friends and try to communicate in English in-game so that people understand what you are saying. Unless you know that the 2 teammates also understand your language. The teleporter doesn't really get its full potential. It is too far away from the action, and after you lose the first point, the shield generator becomes a lot stronger compared to the teleporter. Another option would be too far ahead right here. You don't see any of your teammates, you're behind the payload, you shouldn't stand there. Nobody can save you there unless your teammates decide to suicide with you. You're playing way too aggressively and you keep feeding the enemies. You probably should have used the teleporter. They're going to get the checkpoint anyways, so not using it will only waste it. For those of you who don't know, if Symmetra is her teleporter up and the enemies get a checkpoint, you are running way too far in. Check the kill field and the sky. Your team is already dead. There's nothing you can do but run back and regroup. If you had used the teleporter earlier, then you may have been able to make a difference. Okay, so Symmetra clearly isn't working. Why don't you switch? Symmetra can work, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's the best move to simply swap to something else and realize that what you're doing right now just isn't working. Again, this right here is super aggressive. Okay, nice, you got the Mercy, but was it really worth it? You're playing Symmetra oddly. You're supposed to lurk and get your ultimate, not to flank around them. Wait for your teammates to engage and then go into kill mode. This way all you get is 3 enemies focusing you. Why did you decide to switch to Torp here? The game is almost over, you need to stall. Pick D.Va, pick Mei, pick something that can stall the payload and get you as much time as possible. Torp is the exact opposite of what you want to pick here. He needs to set up and get his turret to level 2. By the time you get that done, the game is already over. Again, Symmetra clearly didn't work. It's insane to try the same thing again and expect it to work this time. Once again, you aren't really utilizing your turrets correctly. You could have gotten your teleporter already at around 15:30, which is a minute from now. Okay, so what is the plan here? You're just going to run behind the entire enemy team and start microwaving them? I mean, did you expect that to work? Never take fights like that. Even a 1v1 without your shield generator can go wrong. Why engage in such a fight? You're just going to die again without getting your ultimate. The fact that you are losing the point here is once again completely your fault. You basically forced your team into a 5v6 without giving them your ultimate. Once again, the point is lost. Just prepare for the second checkpoint. You're constantly giving the enemy team ult charge and putting your own team into a 5v6. I mean, it is fixable, but at this point your team would probably be better off with you sitting in spawn. Please, just don't play Symmetra like a flanker. Stay with your team and realize when the fight is over. Why are you dropping down from this high ground? The position was amazing and you just give it up like that. Again, the reason you died is because you run into the enemy team. You are the support. You are supposed to be the backline. You are literally standing in front of your tanks and DPS as Zenyatta. You can't heal people behind you. You just keep dying for no reason at this point. Okay, so the rest of this game is basically just a repetition of what I've said so far. Basically what you, for one, try not to flank as much. There's really, unless you're a character that's designed to flank, like for example Reaper, Tracer or Genji, don't flank. You're just putting yourself at an unnecessary risk. You're giving up good positions all the time and you're playing the front line. Make sure that you always see your teammates, because if you don't see them, then you can't support them. And if they don't see you, then they can't support you. So essentially, the majority of this game you spend trying to fight the enemy team 1v6. Alright, that does it for this video. My name is Shoutout, and I'd like to thank you for watching.